I have a feeling more people will be coming and joining us. See, like that. We're not all morning people. But okay, so we're recording this. So for anybody that is not able to join us today, they can watch the recording and hear all of our fabulous good news. I want to start just by saying welcome. We have a new director at Altamont, Marilyn Nelson, who started a couple of weeks ago. Frida had to leave the library unexpectedly. And Reggie, do you want to introduce your new associate director?
Yes, this is, can you see, Brittany Simpson. She's the new, yes, she started yesterday.
Okay, well, welcome, Brittany. It'll be good to meet you and talk to you, and you're following a really great, innovative librarian. Let's see. I'm going to go through some of my notes, and then we'll do the staff round robin and the director round robin. And then as we have time, I'll know how much time we have left to do the mission statements discussion. So, because if we need to push that to next week or next month, we can. Brittany, I'm Sharon. I'm the director of SEK in the Iola Public Library. And so for my staff, introduce yourselves just so Brittany knows who you are and what you do before we do the round robin. I want to talk about that. Is Julie on the? No. I am going to do a really quick screen share. And Julie Kent at Erie Public Library. There we go. You may have heard or saw on our Facebook that she's one of 10 award winners for this Let's Move Libraries Forward. I partner with my public library award. And Julie is down here. Don't get sick. Sorry. Was that her? Yeah, there she is. So they partner with their thrift store and won this grant for all the work that they do. So kudos to her. And I'm proud as punch that Kansas is represented. So I'm going to stop that. Let's see, I'll just go over here. So next on, let me do that. We'll do that later. I wanted to take a little bit of time to update you and give you the good news, well, potential good news from the State Library Board meeting that was in Topeka on Friday. Well, first we celebrated Cindy Roop's retirement. She has been at the State Library since 1980. And she's finally retiring. Her husband retired a long time ago, so they're ready to go travel. Sarah, who has been working with Cindy for the past 11 years, has been named the new head of reference. Congratulations to our 19 or so libraries out of 100 who received the Diane Brownstone gift for 100 new children's books. Kudos to you. And I know that you're working with Jason and Kim to get all of the processing information done because those are going to go through Brodart, I think, and they should come to those libraries ready to be put on the shelf. So we're excited about that. And then state library budget. What Ray did what he calls an enhancement request, and he made for 2024, for next year's budget, he made what he called a technical amendment. This is called making change with like the easiest path possible. So he asked in next year's budget, I'm going to pull this document up, make that document go away. So it's a little bit, there you go. Can you guys all see that? A little chart with the numbers on it? Okay. For 2024, Ray is going to increase the amount of money he asks for the state to give us public libraries in grant and aid. Remember how we had to do those two different surveys, one with the public, the statistical report, and then he asked yet again. Well, this is the results of that. So he is going to ask for next year's budget. He's made this technical request to change our per capita funding from 28 cents to 67 cents. So for, that's every little bit helps. So that's going to be the first thing that he does. And that'll mean that the regional library systems will also get an increase. So there will be some more money going around. The other thing that he is doing for next year's budget is asking for an increase in the state courier subsidy. He understands, the state library understands how important the courier system is for public libraries, well, all libraries, how we resource share, how we work with each other, how we make Seek and Find and Pathfinder and Next, all these different consortiums, they live and breathe because of the courier. So the state library is willing to put their money where their mouth is and put some more money towards that. So we're just looking at the 2024 column. So those are some big increases. And then he's also asked in his 2025 budget to add a new base amount to library grant and aid. So as some of you know, state aid is, $20, $40, $50. It's not enough to cover the time that it takes you to do the statistical report. And he knows that. So one of the things that we did was look at everybody's funding and saw that we need a base. So he is recommending, and put it in, this is all public, it was in the meeting, putting in a $3,000 base plus a per capita. So for a public library, you would potentially, public libraries, get $3,000 plus 67 cents per capita. So think about that. One of the things that we looked at was how much local funding do libraries get, because we wanted to make sure that we weren't, state aid wasn't going to be more than or significantly more than what a public library is getting from their local municipality. And only 5 libraries across the state had less local funding than $3,000. So we thought that would be a good amount. And again, the way the statute is written, there's a 1/3, 2/3 ratio between what the public libraries get and then what the systems get to help support all the libraries. So the system funding would increase as well. And you'll notice on number 3 down there that an additional increase in the courier. So from 190,000 to 252,000. So that's the good news. The less so good news is that his budget process is a heck of a lot longer than any of ours. Think of it like this. They have like a 15 or 20 step process to get his budget reviewed and approved. This technical amendment that he just made is like step 3 in that process. So this still needs to go to the governor, and it still needs to come back to them, and then it still needs to go to the legislators, and then so it has to go through this whole long process. So who knows what these recommendations are going to look like at the end of that process, but you don't get what you don't ask for. So first step is to ask, and we'll see where it goes from there. So if you do have the ear of your legislator, be sure to thank them for all the support that they give to public libraries, and let them know how valuable state grant and aid is to you as a public library. Because if you don't get the state aid, you don't get our grant. And right now our grant is much more significant than state aid, but we're trying to make those a little bit more in line. So the regional library system directors support this and feel that this is a really good path forward. And then the system directors were also working with Ray. We meet with him every other week, and we're reviewing all of the regulations that may need to be revised. And again, our whole goal for this has been to increase our funding and make the funding that we have more sustainable. Any questions? No? Okay. And I'll make a screenshot of that chart, and we can put it in with the notes, April, because that should help. And then what was else on mine? KLA, we're going to have a booth at conference. So if you need a place to hang out, to set your bag down, to come and talk to us, we will be in. And hopefully, I've asked that our table be next to either NEK's table or the state library table, so that we're kind of all of us are together in one part of the room. I hope that you can go to KLA. You have until the middle of October to ask for a CE grant for the state conference. We will end, you can't submit those any closer than 2 weeks before the event. Okay. And that's up to $250, and that's a reimbursement grant. So you keep track of everything that you've spent, send us the voucher with all of your receipts, and then we will get a check cut to reimburse you. That's it for me. Oh, yeah, we'll do the visions and values at the end. Any questions for me? If not, I will pass the mic to April.
Okay, my turn.
Yep. Okay.
I got it.
I'm going to stop my screen share then.
Okay.
Or do you want me to,
No, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Notes are fine so they can see.
Okay.
So the bus tour is October 17th. And we have 7 spots left. So if you want to go, get signed up so you can enjoy going to see the Greenwood County Libraries and then the Advanced Learning Library in Wichita. Their newest, well, it's not even their newest now because Evergreen got remodeled. So I guess it's its newest. I updated the collection development or collection management document with some information from the webinar that was last week that the Pioneer Library System put on about diversity, EDI, in collection development. So that is in there. So I put that on there. Let's see. Niche is open to trustees now, so you can have your trustees put in a request to be added, and that's a great way for them to all watch the same training and then discuss it at a board meeting, or all watch it at a board meeting together and then discuss it. I've been adding a lot of stuff in there, so we have new grant writing, team building, psychological safety, data visualization and storytelling, growth mindset, sustainability in libraries, and fundraising modules. So that's all in there for you. And I try to curate those with, there's a lot of TED Talk videos and stuff. So it's people who are very prominent in what they do. So it's got good information in it. So if you did miss the EDI collection management, it does have some great information. I will get that link here in a second. I'm not sure they sent that one out yet. If they haven't sent it out, I will email it to everybody because it did have some really good information. And then the HR Basics and Employment Law Workshop was very good as well. They've got lots of documents in there. Here is the recording. This is the Johnson County HR director who put this on, and it did have a lot of really good information. And she also said that if anybody has questions ever, that they can email her. She's glad to help, and her contact information is going to be in this document. So you can contact her if you need to. And I think that's it. I will announce that we are next year going to have a director retreat. And I have that scheduled for April 12th at Flint Oak. I'm just kind of giving you guys, I know that's a long way away, but just giving you a heads up. And if you have to come from far away, we do have some rooms reserved that you can call in and reserve and pay for. Hopefully we'll grow this event for the next year, put it in the budget, and we can hopefully pay for a little bit more. But we will have a speaker and some round table discussions, and just spend the day kind of letting directors talk to each other, network, get some good ideas from each other. So it's kind of exciting. We're kind of excited about that new offering. So that will be coming in April. And I think that's all I have.
And remember that there is the small library grant that can be used on SEKLS events. So. Okay, thank you, April. So round robin, here's your order. Jason.
So for Brittany's sake, I'm Jason Robb. I'm the Seek and Find coordinator. So I'm all things Koha Seek and Find. We will be reaching out. We do like a battery of training. So we'll be reaching out to and coming and visiting you several times to do some Koha training. I wanted to comment on the Brownstone grant that Sharon mentioned. For those of you that did get that grant, I have the form filled out. So all you need to do is reach out to me and I'll send you a copy of the form. We are recommending that you take everything they're offering. So barcodes, spine labels, processing, and records. Our plan is you send me the MARC records, I will upload them, and then you don't have to catalog anything. If that plan backfires, we can still fall back on our usual processes. But we figure, hey, if they're going to provide that, we might as well try it. Other than that, I mean, I survived my trip to Boston. I'm still alive. We'll be talking about that at the next users group meeting on November 17th. I see there was a question about genreification. So that's going to be tricky. You're probably going to have to do your own spine labels on that one, but we can entertain it with the Broad Art people. I'm not sure. Yeah, but we can still get them to do the barcodes and the covers. They aren't going to come attached. They're just sending you the processing materials. So you'll still be able to slip your custom spine labels in there and before you cover it. And I want to remind everybody, my inventory list is dwindling. So we had a good visit with Jennifer and Pam and Luna yesterday at Caney. If you're interested in getting on our inventory schedule, just reach out and let me know. And we will make that work. So I think that's enough for me.
Okay, thank you. Kimberly here?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
I'm here. Yes, I'm Kim, cataloging. So we have been getting a bunch of things to catalog. So thank you for sending your stuff. We're going to get it all cataloged and headed back to you. So if you have anything that you need cataloged, just send it this way. And I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. And just for Brittany, she also does laminating. That's one of their little sub projects.
Yes.
And April, this reminded me of the workshop for book repair. Do you want to mention that?
That is supposed to be in March, and I have not heard back from the person who's supposed to be doing it. DIMCO is actually offering this service. They're going around the country to teach people how to do book repair. And so we're going to have a workshop, should be March 13th. And I'm not sure about time yet because I'm trying to get it so school librarians can also attend. So it may be 4 in the afternoon. I don't know if she'll do it that late. So I'm still waiting to hear back.
Thank you. Maybe we can find a day that's, they're closed or something, some sort of spring break special.
Well, yeah. And actually March 13th might be during spring break. I'll have to look that
At least
up.
for some of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But that always shows up every time we say, what other programs do you want us to put on? And inevitably somebody wants to know how to repair books. So that's also Kim and Terry's expertise. Okie dokie. Cynthia, are you on? There she is. Yes.
Yes, I sure am. My name is Cynthia Chalker, but I go by Cindy. And I'm the special needs consultant for SEK. I visited most libraries. I just have a handful left, and I'll be reaching out to you guys soon. I'm in my job. It also includes the Kansas Talking Books Outreach Coordinator. I would be happy to come and do a library training for your board. I still have 3 more left this year to do, and I'd be happy to do others if you're still in a crunch and need to do your board training. And then I'm focusing more on visiting care facilities. So if you have a care facility in your town that is new, has changed names, I would love it if you would shoot me an email just telling me the name of the place, and I'll contact them and try to get some info out to them. Also, I'd be happy to come visit and sign any patrons up for Talking Books, or friends and relatives of patrons. Let's see, what else? Oh, I'm frantically working on my KLA presentation on outreach, and I'm having a whole lot of fun doing that. I'm learning a lot more than I realized. I think that may be all. I'm of course continuing to try to revamp the special needs collection. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, or your budget doesn't allow for you to own something, we may have it, or we may be able to find it for you. And I'd be happy to help you with your senior groups, or even ideas for teens, children, whatever. So please contact me. And that's all.
All right, thank you. Next on my list was Tammy. I think she is, yeah. So Tammy's out on sort of an extended leave for personal reasons. She's still checking email from time to time. So if you have things, be sure to reach out to her. Brenda?
Hello, I am Brenda Cash. That's resource sharing, also known as interlibrary loan, and I do the CERC training for Cohos you can find. So I will probably be the first one to come see you, Brittany. Also do the training for Share It if you need that, or anything related to resource sharing type stuff. As far as what's going on, currently sitting at home waiting on a delivery person for my dishwasher with me. And I go with a inventory team when they need an extra person. So I was at Caney yesterday. So don't really have anything else.
Brenda, you're also our courier.
Well, I was getting ready to say that. Typical courier issues. If you're experiencing delays, they're not coming, whatever, I want you to reach out to Caroline, at Northeast, because she's the coordinator and that's her job. But also let me know so I know what's going on, so I can keep a handle on it too. Sometimes more squeaky wheels help. If I feel like I need to, I escalate it to Sharon, and she has a bigger voice. So having said that, if you've been around a long time like I have, and remember when we had to rely on mail, even when when our consortium first started, we had a courier a long time ago, and it hadn't started. The current version of it had not started, and it's a hassle to rely on the post office to move that amount of stuff. So, as much as we grumble and complain, I'm grateful and thankful that we do have it.
And at this,
to go with the bad.
Yeah, at the state library meeting, Mike McDonald, who's the head of the Northeast Kansas Library System, and they're the ones who manage the Library Express, he mentioned that they are doing that study, so a tracking study to kind of grade or judge or evaluate how fast things are moving. But he shared that it's costing 99 cents per package. That's a heck of a lot better than the library rate at the post office. So it's still cost effective. And with additional support for this from the state library, that takes a little bit of the sting out of it when they're not always meeting our expectations.
Well, and we get spoiled because we want things to go fast. And that I was a part of some of the first contract talks, and it was supposed to be next day service, which I am getting that from some they've extended the route. So I can get things from Fredonia next day. And, you know, I've gotten things from Edna next day. So sometimes I do, but library rate is low priority, no priority at all. So I've had things coming from out of state and even things in state that take a week or better. So, you know, we do get impatient. We want to put those books in our customers' hands just as fast as we can. So it is annoying when they're not coming or not moving, or you just have no absolute idea where it's at and what's going on. But I'm grateful that the state provides the service. I think we need to remember in Southeast Kansas, we're very fortunate that it's subsidized as heavily as it is. Because if you think you're paying a lot of money for it, you're not. You know, and not regional systems aren't the same. One regional system doesn't support it at all. So just trying to be grateful and positive today. That's not my usual. I tend not to be always positive. My coworkers will tell you that.
Well, and Jenny,
I call it being practical. I
Yeah.
don't call it being negative. But
no, you're our real.
being negative.
Jenny put in the chat that it costs $4.43 to mail a book at the post office. So versus 99 cents.
And that's probably the first. It goes up with weight. So
yeah. All right. And Darren, I don't think is here yet. He did send an email yesterday regarding websites. So he wanted us to all verify that our connection with Facebook is working. And for some of us who got a new website with the ARPA grant, and we thought, you know, we had all the good intentions of creating posts and adding new content to our website all the time, and that just hasn't happened. Working with him and the tech team to swap out blog posts with your Facebook feed, whichever you use consistently, that's what you want showing up on the homepage of your website. And the more you can push people to your website, the more it's going to get used, and the more it's used, the more it motivates us to make sure that we're adding new content all the time. Okay, did I get all of my team? April's our general consultant. Tammy is our youth services consultant. All right, and Darren is technology. He's the new technology consultant. And we did have a bit of a scare this morning. Our internet was down until about 8:45. So we were scrambling, and we were very grateful that we had hotspots for Iola Public to continue to use our internet. And I was using my phone. So, you know, if you're ever without internet, but you have some extra data on your cell phone, you can make your cell phone a hotspot. And if you have a laptop, you can still do Koha. May not be as secure as Jason would want, but you can check things out. All right, next on the agenda is our library round robin. This is just where we get to go around and brag. So whoever wants to talk, unmute and speak up, or you can use the little hand raisey thing, and whichever you want to do. Okay, I see a hand from Mound City.
So the board approved, we're starting our makerspace. If you've been to our library, we have a genealogy tiny room that's not used very much. So it's going to become dual purpose. We went ahead and ordered the Cricut that will be for patrons to use. Kim's helped get some things cataloged that will check out for in-house use only. And that'll be just the tools. As far as the Cricut, it just stays in the room. It's not a checkout. And then we're still hoping to get a grant, but we're working to get a 3D printer as well for that space. So that'll be available for patron use. So that's Brittany being here is awesome, very exciting. And then adding on the makerspace is pretty exciting too. So
And Reggie, Darren and April and I went to the Makerspace Summit. Was that last week, April, in Emporia? 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So we have information that we can share. The advice they gave was pay attention to ease of use, because if it's not easy to use, it will not be used.
And start small, and you can use simple everyday things like toothpicks and marshmallows to start if you need to.
Yeah. So
We
talk to
have-
Darren. He would love to consult with that. He's gung ho about it. We're trying to, we're still considering what to do here in Iola, but that's what they said, is just do it, just start, and then let it build organically.
Thank you. We'll be reaching out.
Okay, good deal.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, Karen, we can hear you.
So we've had the building next door for a while. We got a roof on it, and we got a seed grant. We went in with Diane from Moline and got the seed grant. It's taken forever to get contractors here, but they're here this morning. So they started on that. We got news on Friday that we got the Elk County Community Foundation had put out a grant. We got that for $13,000. Hopefully that will be right. Hopefully that will be enough to completely finish the front of the building. So what this does is, instead of breaking it down into tiny little phases, sealing up the building and the front of the building will be done, which rolls us into possibly connecting the building through the archway and moving on into getting a space. So
Excited. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're excited.
See, it's like money brings money. That's, it's a good thing.
We were really excited. I mean, to just be able to finish this, and it'll be a visible thing on Main Street. And they've done a drive and got matched by the Patterson Foundation through the Elk County Community Foundation. So it was good for them, and then it was good for us. So yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, that Patterson match grant is awesome. We're doing that here in Iola, but for Giving Day.
Nice. Yes. Also, I
yeah.
really loved Arsenal. So
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go to that. It was very inspiring. So
good. There was a whole little cohort of you guys that got to go to Arsenal.
Yeah, there was kind of a pack of us.
Good.
And we adopted some people from other places too along the way. So
well, good, hospitality. Congratulations. That is fabulous. And I know that was a concern last time we did it. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I think a game changer for your whole county. I'm super excited.
Yes, I think so. And they were really excited too she said, it is so much fun to give out money.
True.
Yeah.
Well, and Patterson is good. So I'm going to plug community foundations because I'm on the board of Iola's. If you have a community foundation, a regional community foundation in your area or even adjacent to your area, reach out to them and see what kind of grant opportunities they have. So Melinda, the Your Community Foundation for grant is open right now for anybody in Allen County. We also do Anderson County. So I'll remind me to put the link in the minutes, but that's the Giving Makes a Difference is the website for the Your Community Foundation here in Allen County. But I know Fredonia has one. There's one down in Pittsburgh, your Elk County one. And that's what they do. Community foundations are about giving money and growing endowments. So, Andrea.
Okay, let me see if I can turn my camera on here. Or not, I don't know. Okay, our foundation is doing that. I don't know if it's it's a matching grant that they applied for. I don't know if that's the Patterson thing or not.
Patterson.
Yeah, so like they got $70,000.
Yep.
They applied, and that $70,000 will be matched.
Mhm.
And they've only done it for this month. And what's it up to, Tegan? Is it like 60,000? No, it's not that much. 50,000. Because we have the sign here at the library.
Okay.
And I think it's up to like 50,000 already. And I heard rumor, I haven't verified this with the person that would for sure be able to tell that there was another, that somebody local was gonna match the funds as well, up to $70,000. So our money
Wow.
might be tripled, but I can't guarantee that. I have heard that rumor. Now I know that our friends group gave money to the foundation. Now I'm hoping that doesn't become a sticky thing, because I think they're planning on actually spending that money back again. So we'll see how that all works out. But anyway, and we have had, I know there's been some other donations as well. So it's been a good thing. I know that we'll make, even without the friends donation, I'm sure there's going to be over $1,000 or $2,000 maybe. I don't know. So I haven't heard figures yet, but
Andrea,
yeah.
do you have so yours is for an endowment for the library?
No, it's just going into our community foundation, and then
Oh.
we will be able to, we submit invoices to them, and then they pay them out of our account.
Okay.
How
Okay.
ours works. I don't know how others are working, but
Well, I was
it
asking 'cause-
stays with the community foundation until we say we spent this money and we need reimbursed.
So and everybody does it different. The way Iola does it is Roger created an endowment, and so we only take the interest.
Mm-hmm.
So we request every year, we see how much the endowment is, and then figure out what less than 4% is, and then ask for that amount. So,
Yeah.
which is nice, because the more you have in the endowment, the more that 4% is.
Right. Well,
So-
the way it's working right now anyway is that we submit an invoice to them, and then they pay us for that. And there's no other than they just want to make sure that, I guess, the money's being spent right. I don't know. I mean, I can't just call up the treasurer and say, we need $500, and then go to, wherever you could go on $500, Kansas City. I don't know.
Go have a nice steak at Capital.
Yeah. So anyway, if that's the Patterson grant, we're getting it as well.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I'll go for Iola. Let Freedom Read. It's Banned Book Week, and I hope we're not afraid or in any way intimidated in celebrating this. Banned Book Week, I wrote an article for the Iola Register as the Iola director. I wear two hats, Brittany. I'm like schizophrenic. I get to be the SEK director half of the time, well, 2/3 of the time, and the Iola director 1/3 of the time. But we put together an end cap display. So we have genderqueer right there on a easel facing the world as they come in the library, and listed in the article, listed some of the other books that are on the top. It's not even the top 10 this year. It's the top 13 banned books of 2022. And in researching it to write this article, learned a little bit about Banned Book Week. It was started in 1982. So remember, this is all cyclical. In 1982, there was a rash of challenges against bookstores, libraries, and schools. And that's what prompted ALA to start Banned Book Week, and, being kind of championing the freedom to read, which is a freedom granted by the First Amendment. So we're being patriotic when we celebrate Banned Book Week. And think of it that way, add some bunting, say, let freedom read. So I do encourage you to support Banned Book Week, and know that there are lots of resources at ala.org. And if you do have a challenge, we learned at the State Library Board meeting that the Dodge City Public Library successfully, they had 6 books that were challenged recently, and the board voted to keep all of the books in the library in the location where they were. So that is, boards are doing their job to also champion your right to read, and our fundamental mission to provide information and access to information. And information is sort of agnostic. We have a little bit of everything for everybody, because we never know who's going to walk through the door and what information they're going to need. So we try to be prepared. Okay, I'll get off my
And
soapbox.
on that note, we do have a huge banner that says "Let Freedom Read," that if libraries want to borrow after this week, I always got it up this week, but you can, I mean, it's got the dates on it, but it's a really cool tall, it's like 7 feet tall. So yeah, it's like the buttons. So if you want to have that to stick in your library, let us know and we will try to get it to you.
The ALA also has promotional materials, so you can change your Facebook banner or add something to your website if you so choose. All right. Anybody else round robin? Otherwise, we've got 20 minutes and we can talk a little bit about missions. Nope. All right. I am going to switch over. Thank you for all of your help last month with vision or the value statements. And I shared these with the executive board. Was it last Monday, 2 Mondays ago, Jennifer? I don't remember. And these were the value statements that the group mind came up with. SEKLS connects and empowers our libraries and the people they serve through regional resources and support. SEKLS enhances library services in our region by fostering collaboration, shared resources, and opportunities for library advancement. SEKLS moves libraries forward. Our decisions are made and outcomes measured based on how well we meet the needs of our libraries. And SEKLS develops progressive and community-focused leaders. That's you all. Y'all are our leaders. So if you're in the job, you get to be a leader. So thank you for that. I think these are really good. And I'm excited to see what we come up with mission statements. Done. Wait a minute. Galloway. There we go. Slideshow. Can you see my slides? Not. Yes. Okay. First thing I did was just, and there's a lot of text here and my apologies. I wanted to see what our current mission statement, which really isn't a mission statement, it's just the law, that we exist to provide adequate library services to all citizens of the state through regional systems of cooperating libraries herein provided by the joint planning and financing of library services to improve existing service, to utilize such federal aid funds as may be available, and to extend library service to persons not having the same at this time. Isn't that inspiring? Doesn't that make you, you want to say that in an elevator? No. So I wanted to share what some of the other systems are doing for their mission statements. The Northeast Kansas Library System inspires and empowers member libraries to engage, educate, and add value to their communities. I think that they like that, the ease, the letter E, the ease of marketing. I thought Northwest's was kind of interesting. The mission of the Northwest Kansas Library System is to enrich the quality of life by connecting communities to knowledge and discovery. No mention of libraries. So in looking through these, I pulled out some keywords, and I think that's the next slide. Yes. So I pulled out some keywords from all of those different mission statements, and I wanted your thoughts. Are there some other, and I can go back and forth, are there some other terms or words, strong words that describe the mission of SEK? And feel free to just put them in the chat and I'll type them. Actually, I'll just write them down because I have the slideshow on show. Can I do this and then that. Haha, there we go. Think about your own mission statement. Is there a word from your mission statement that you think would be good to help describe what it is that the Southeast Kansas Library System does for you? Connie likes the word enrich. I do too. Educate, inform, and partner. And we do want to be your partner, so I like that one. You can just shout out too. That includes staff.
With partner, you could put / collaboration.
Okay. Equal access. Well, true. I mean, access is a big part of why the systems were developed, so that rural Kansas had the same access to library services as folks in the city. Foster the people. No, sorry, just foster. I like that one. Provide. All right. I'm writing down provide. Okay. Ooh, great enlightenment. Okay. All right. So as with support, yes. Support. I would say support and also respond. If that, I want to be responsive. I'll put that as mine. Jason's. Make it active voice. Responsive, respond. Okay. All right. So as with last time, we have we have 3 different samples that we can look through and then kind of pull and poll, find which ones we like, which ones we think may work for us. So these are the 3 samples that we're going to work through. The first one, I'll just, in case you're an auditory learner, libraries in our region are at the heart of what we do. SEKLS connects libraries, empowers and supports staff, shares funding across a spectrum of programs and services, and advances library services to benefit our region, their communities, and citizens. That's sample 1. Sample 2, libraries in our region are at the heart of what we do. SEKLS promotes resource sharing to connect, empower, and improve member libraries and their communities. And sample 3, SEKLS supports resource sharing to connect and empower libraries and enhance the quality of life within our communities. Again, lots of those E words. So let's parse out, what are your thoughts about statement 1? I'm going to shut up. I have thoughts about statement 1, but I want to hear yours first. It's long. Thank you. That's yes. that was my thought as well. Too long and too wordy. Yeah. Shorter is better. I agree. All right. Are there some of the words that or sentiments from this mission statement that we want to note? First sentence is unnecessary. Well, and I think that we talked about that in our value statement. So it's redundant. Okay. I like that empowers and supports staff because I like it that it focuses on the people. And I'd say we empower and support what it is that you're trying to do as best we can. Okay. All right. Advances. Okay. Advances. Yeah. All right. Let's look at the next one. Oh, they give us, she gives us multiple in case we have some more. No? Okay. I'm all for short. We can go to the next one. So the second sample was that libraries in our region are the heart of what we do. SEKLS, and again, she likes that 2-sentence thing. SEKLS promotes resource sharing to connect, empower, and improve member libraries and their communities. What are your thoughts on this one? Okay. Enhance and enrich instead of benefit. Jenny likes it. April says enrich instead of improve. Yeah, I'm kind of I do like the simple sentences. I think that whatever we do, we need to keep it pithy. Did I spell sentence wrong? Oh, okay. Could end with the equal access.
I feel like the use of resource sharing is confusing because like resource sharing is a service of ours,
Yeah.
but this is more of like sharing all the resources.
Yeah, it means something different for us. Yeah, and Karen says we're more than resource sharing.
I agree as a resource sharing person.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so resource sharing, it means something different for us. So that one, no. I have a little bit more space. Do we have, and the next slide is going to be this again, where we can talk about it. So going to that slide, what would be instead of resource sharing?
What if you say the sharing of resources? I know that's wordplay, but because we want them to share. We promote sharing of ideas. Does that make sense? Maybe no one's saying anything. Maybe that only makes sense to me.
Well, like collaboration is a
Right,
better
that
word.
type of.
Okay.
Okay, collaboration. There you go.
Right.
I also know the word heart, I feel like needs to be somewhere because it ties our logo into it because the little leaves are heart shaped. I don't know if that matters.
I like that sentence a lot because I feel like they are. I mean, if we're talking about the mission of the Southeast Kansas Library System, we don't have a purpose if we don't involve our member libraries.
Mm-hmm.
What
Well,
if we did sorry. What if we did something like Southeast Kansas promotes the heart of the region by doing resource sharing and empowering and improving member libraries in their communities? That way you have just one sentence, it's short, sweet, and to the point, makes it easy for librarians to remember, and they can put it in their discussion talks, they can put it at the end of emails and grants and things like that. And it's fast and to the point.
Is that kind of what you said? I got muddled in the middle.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because I think that if you make Southeast Kansas the heart of the region and you guys are taking care of all of us, that kind of fits what you do.
I do like including the word library somewhere though. So like SEKLS improves libraries, comma, the heart of the region maybe. But
Again, improves libraries.
and then and or
You're
empowers libraries and
getting
then
an awful long.
I
lengthy
know
sentence.
I get wordy with
My
stuff, so
English is
I'm gonna
coming
shut
out.
up.
Hey, we can continue to wordsmith it, but I like that we're coming up with some of the words that we like. I'm going to skip back. We had talked about equal access, so we want to think about that. But by equal access, does heart and equal access maybe? Let's see. Connie says, we're viewing this with librarian eyes. What would be clear and resonate with a member of the community if we told them the system's mission statement?
I agree with Connie on that.
From the point of view of community member. And I think for some communities, they would say, oh, it's Roger and the rotation van. That's what SEKLS is to them. I still think heart is important, even if it is soft and squishy. I want to think about this one some more. There's one more to go through. Do you want to go on to the next one? Having made Connie's, we have Connie's point typed down. Again, so for the third one, it was just SEKLS supports resource sharing to connect and empower libraries to enhance the quality of life within our communities. Again, we already know that resource sharing is jargon, I guess, means something different for us. But what about if we support equal access to libraries or equal access to connect, or I don't know, just a thought. Ooh, April says, could we say something about libraries as the heart of the community? And SEKLS, what was the, not supports, what was the word we liked better than supports?
You like responsive.
Empowers. April says empowers.
I like advance. Advance, a good legislator buzzword. Do you like the quality of life within our communities phrase? Do you feel like that's, we're here to support you. And then that's what you guys are doing. We're behind the scenes. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm feeling like we can wordsmith. And it's 9:59, so we're doing this quick and dirty, and I'm okay with that because guess what? We can live with it for a year and then go, it's not working. Let's redo it. Switch enrich, or enrich is a fuller word. Okay, let me go back here. I'm going to add enrich right here. Okay. Any other final thoughts? And And again, I know some people, I'm more of an active thinker, and this is why I'm making you guys help me with this, because that's the way my brain works. But I know some people need to sit on this and think about it and reflect. So a link to this document is shared in the notes. So sit on it. And as people are watching the recording at home, I want them to go through and share and think and respond with what your thoughts are about what it is, SEKLS, what our mission is, why we are here, other than to because of KSA 75-25-48. Not very inspiring. All right. Well, thank you. I enjoy these. And so I'm just going to say, thank you for, what's that word where you pat you on the head, letting me have my fun. Is there anything else for the good and welfare before I send you on your way, knowing we're going to see everybody in KLA? I think I need to look at the calendar, but we'll probably have to change when we have. Is November 1st on a Wednesday, April? Are we going to be back from KLA before our next forum?
I think the 1st is Wednesday because it's the
Okay.
1st through the 3rd. So
Okay, so we'll have a post KLA forum, and know that the SEKLS offices will be closed on November 9th for retreat, where we will talk about all these values and missions and things and strategic plan. We had a hand up. Connie, was it you? No, Andrea? Who had their hand up?
It's me.
Andrea.
I just had a quick question. I don't want to drag this meeting on, but Jennifer from sorry, Kincaid and I have been talking about whether we're going to apply for the seed grant again this year, partly because we're not sure how many people are going to want to go in on it and how much money we are going to get. I mean, it's still nice to get free money, but you know how that goes. But my question is, who can administer these grants? Because last year it was our economic development person, and she is no longer working for the city. So either we have to bring in the new economic development person, and who knows when that's going to happen, or we have to figure out somebody else to administer it. Can it be the people that have applied for it, or does it have to be an outside entity? That's my question.
Well, Bonnie said in the chat that she did theirs with the Weir Senior Citizens and Galena Library. So I don't think so. I
don't want to do ours.
But if you can find a dupe, find somebody who, is there somebody through the school district, or is there somebody through the city? Is there somebody,
Well, the city is all jacked up right now, so I'm not even going there. But but I was just curious. Yeah. Maybe Sharon or April would volunteer to administer it for us. I'm not getting a good response there, Jennifer.
I see she's trying to push that off. Yeah.
I truthfully, I just know my limitations, and the older I get, the less organized I get, and I don't want to be responsible, and I'm not good. Finances are not my top thing anyway, and so I don't want to screw something up for other people.
Yeah, so. Bonnie said it's not user friendly. She's not doing it again. For Anderson County, you guys might want to reach out to Thrive and see if for a small percentage they would help you with that.
Is Thrive in Garnett in Anderson County too?
That's why I no.
I thought that was only in Allen.
It is, but it never hurts to ask. For a fee, it might be that you can contract.
I got you. Right. Okay.
But for a little small fee.
Yeah, little small fee.
Or they'll let the moonlight. Marcia Davis is on my board, and she's the one that's administering the seed grant for Allen County. So again, you don't get what you don't ask for. So it's just an idea. Amazing.
And it is not user friendly, but I'm hoping that they've improved. I already see a bit of an improvement in the fact that from the time they announced it to the time it has to be turned in is 2 months instead of 1 month. So
Okay.
that's a vast improvement right there. So, I just hate to let money lay on the table.
And
Nobody's-
and again, the seed grant, one of the things about it was it's for construction.
Yeah.
So I'll have to be looking at that. We didn't do it last year. Okay. When we make sure, I'll go look that up. I hadn't heard that it had reopened, so. For year 2. We'll share that link. Okay. Anything else for the good and welfare?
I have a question.
Yes.
Did anybody else apply for the Rob Seco grant thing?
Bonnie,
And
yeah,
have they
I did.
heard if they got anything? Because they were supposed to tell us in September, and I haven't heard anything. So I don't know if that's bad news or they just haven't got it done yet.
Bonnie
Oh,
said, yeah.
okay, I see that. Okay. I was just curious. I'm done now.
Can I just say congratulations to all of you for all of your grant writing? I started the meeting with Julie and her national grant. So kudos. I think that is awesome. And it all just started with ARPA, right? So, all right. I'm going to stop screen sharing. You guys don't need to see my email. Okay. April has the notes. We will share out the recording and the notes and the links to everything. And if you're bored on a Friday afternoon and really want to review the SEKLS mission and values and have some thoughts to share with me, I'm open to that. So thank you and have a great week. And hopefully we will get some rain tonight and tomorrow. So first rains. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, bye.
Toodles. Oh, I guess we need to stop.